Done.
Very good evening, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this session. We're really excited to be here with all of you. And we're going to have an incredible webinar today. It's going to be all about studying abroad. I know a lot of you have, a lot of queries around this topic. So we'll be answering all your questions. We're just going to wait for a few more minutes for a few others to join in. Meanwhile, why don't you guys say a quick hello in the chat section? You can even drop in your queries if you have any. We'd love to answer all your questions.
And perhaps a few expectations. What do you in turn expect from this session? We'll try to address all of those queries and perhaps live up to that expectation. So go ahead and type what you expect out of this session, and we'll try to answer those.
Absolutely. So this session is going to answer a lot of queries around studying abroad, where you should be studying abroad, the possible countries, and why you should, choose a certain country, or even how you should start preparing for your course. And how much earlier you should start off. So there are multiple questions that are out there to be answered, and we would love to answer all of that. But beyond that, if you're looking for any kind of answers specific to your profile, that you've studied so and so course, this is what you want to do, and so you're looking at a recommendation for a specific country or specific university, go ahead and shoot those questions and we'd love to answer that, right? So for all of you who are just joining in, very good evening. Thank you so much for joining in. Today we will be talking about some really interesting things around studying abroad. We will be starting off real soon. Just give us maybe a minute or two more and we'll start off. And meanwhile, go ahead and say a quick hello in the chat section. We would love to hear from you. Hi, Roshali. Hi, Samriddhi. Hi, Nikita. Nikita is from Delhi University. We love Delhi University. Whenever we connect with students from DU, I think whether we have an amazing time.
Amazing. Yeah, last year I remember we were at IIT Delhi and
Yes.
a few Delhi university colleges as well. They are one of the most liveliest people I ever met. Students at Delhi University is like, they love fun, they love to study, they love to party as well. So always a pleasure to have Delhi DU people in and around us. So welcome to the session. Welcome, Sakshi. Love to have you here. Welcome, Bharti. We have so many great people around here. So let me also introduce myself. My name is Vaibhav Gupta. I head marketing and alliances for this technology company called as iSchoolConnect. Malvika, perhaps you can also introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Vaibhav. Hi, everybody. I'm Malvika, and I will be driving the first half of this session. I curate content and I create content for iSchoolConnect, and together, Vaibhav and I, we counsel n number of students day in and day out. That's what we love to do, and that's what we want to do this evening. Bunch of you sending your hellos, Anmol, Kripa, Chinhit. Chinhit, of course, a huge shout out to Chinhit for helping us drive this entire event this evening. We will, thank you so much to AIESEC in Delhi University for, collaborating with iSchoolConnect for having this happen and taking the opportunity and taking the time out to connect with all the students out there, right? So big thank you to AIESEC in Delhi University and to Chinhit.
Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps we can actually begin, and looking forward to having a wonderful session.
Awesome. So I think we should start off. Once again, very good evening, everybody. we are going to be talking about a really important question that a lot of you have, and that is, what is it to study abroad? All about studying abroad, right? Right. So to begin with this session, I have a question for you, and that is, what is your next move, right? So you have a poll before you at the moment. Go ahead and choose one of these options and tell us, what do you think is your next move, right? So it can be anything. You could have chosen, I'm looking at higher education, or I'm looking at working after, what I'm doing right now, or I'm already working, or maybe you're just not sure. And that's all right, because, you will take some time probably, and that's okay. Maybe through this workshop today, you will have a little more clarity with regards to what you think you should be doing next, right? And
And,
for
and
all
trust
those,
me, for people who are in all of these three categories, we promise you that it's not in vain. So stay steady, hold your horses, and we'll cover. Perhaps we'll give you clarity on all of these three topics, three key options that you are choosing from.
absolutely, right? I'm going to give you the next 5 seconds to go ahead and choose, and then we'll see the results on the poll. All right. Awesome. A lot of you are looking at, higher education. And guys, are you in for a treat? Because today we will be talking about everything that's around higher education. Some of you feel that you want to go ahead and work for a while. Again, great choice, right? Because experience will never go in vain. So if you're trying to go and work, excellent choice, good for you. And you're not sure, a couple of you, right? As I said, guys, it's okay to be not sure. Maybe through this workshop you will get a few answers. Before we head to the details of this presentation, I have another question for you, and that is, which country do you think you wish to study in? Right? There are a bunch of
It may be a dream that you perhaps had in your school days or during your college days, that I want to live, I want to study in this country. Perhaps it can be a specific, because it can be because of a specific university. It can be perhaps because of a specific program that you are interested in. So go ahead and type in your option.
Absolutely. And each country has its own reasons to be one of the top host destinations, right? So take a few seconds and instinctively tell us what you feel is the country that you would prefer, right? We're going to be quick because we want to give as much time towards the last 15-20 minutes to answer your questions. So, Vaibhav, can we see the results?
Absolutely.
Very interesting. So yes, majority of you are looking at studying in the US. Great choice in terms of academic quality, in terms of scholarships, in terms of generally for the career, right? Even after you finish studying. UK, of course, is one of those top destinations known for, business and known for so many other courses. Again, you guys have chosen a lot of other countries. There's quite a lot of you who've chosen Canada, Europe, Australia even, and of course, a bunch of you have chosen even Germany, right? So Germany is known for free education, but then it comes at a cost, and we'll tell you all about that, right? Now, why did we talk about what you are choosing or what you are interested in? Now, that is because I want to run you through some of the top parameters that influence why you should be studying in a certain country. Like we discussed, a lot of you are interested in the US, and as a matter of fact, majority of the students who are studying abroad, Indian students who are studying abroad, are going to the US, and we'll talk about those reasons. Quickly following it up is Canada. Now, Canada is, of course, one of those growing destinations, great for PR, great for, a growing career and staying back in that country. And preceding that is, countries like
Good
Australia, New
salaries as
Zealand.
well.
Sorry?
Canada, good salaries as well.
Good salaries, yes, great standard of living. So these are what the stats say. Now, I want you to remember one thing, and that is you are going to decide your career basis your requirements, right? Now, we put down 5 of the top parameters which will help you decide where you should be studying. Now, the first parameter that we've chosen to compare all these top destinations is visa and PR. Now, visa and PR, you understand, it is basically permanent residency, the ease with which you can stay in a certain country. Now, the countries that best suit this particular parameter are Australia and Canada, right? Now comes the next question is quality of education, right? The academics itself. While there are all countries, will provide the best of the best, but one country that definitely tops the charts is US, right? And of course, this is followed by UK. The third parameter that you should consider is the career prospects. Now, if career prospects is really important for you, you want to stay back in that country, then you should look at this particular parameter. And here, topping the chart are USA and Canada, right? Like Weber rightly mentioned, salary is of great importance. A lot of us who look at studying abroad do so that we can, get a good return on investment, right? You're not spending money when you study abroad, you are investing money. Remember that. The other important parameter is affordability. Now, a lot of you rightly feel that, when you're studying abroad, you should be able to study with the least cost possible, because let's face it, it is expensive. It has its own benefits, but how do you look at, which country tops, or, which country is better off in terms of investment? So again, Canada is relatively affordable. Europe and Australia are also relatively affordable, right? Now, the last parameter that I want you to consider is scholarships. Now, a lot of countries, look at giving scholarships to students who are looking at studying abroad. But one place that is known to, nurture this is the US, right? Because the universities are, thriving, have the students thrive on this. There are a lot of programs provided by universities like the graduate assistantship, the research assistantship. So they really encourage students monetarily as well, right? So these are the 5 parameters, guys. So if you feel that, okay, my top 2 parameters are quality of study and scholarship, you should look at this list and be able to say that, okay, if these are the 2 parameters, then probably US is right for me. But if you're somebody who's saying, no, I want to go for a country where visa and PR are good and my career prospects are also safe, then maybe anything between US or Canada will be great, right? So look at it like that, not just basis what, your friends are doing or what somebody has just randomly told. Now, apart from this, I wanted to talk to you guys about what do you think is the amount of time you need to invest before you go to study abroad, right? Do you need to invest 1 month, 2 months, 1 year or 2 years before you actually end up to your dream university? So tell me in the chat section. I'm looking at it right now.
Tell me, in how many months do you feel is the apt amount of time to land into a dream university? And perhaps, think about scholarships, think about visas, think about your application process, tests as well. So think in all those parameters that you may require to address before you land into a university. So we're getting a lot of answers.
We've been getting quite a few answers here, and they range anywhere between 2 months to 1 year, right? So guys, That's true, right? There's somebody, Agrima says 12 to 15 months, Yukti 9 to 10 months, Anjali says 2 months, Srishti 6 months, right? So we've got a bunch of you saying, the whole lot of range there. But here's what we recommend, right? If you're looking at studying abroad, try and invest at least 1 year through the process, right? Because there's a bunch that you need to do. And if you break it down in milestones, it's going to be a lot easier for you to accomplish each of these deliverables month on month, right? So let's begin with the 12th month. What do you have to do from the 12th month to the 9th month? The first thing you'll be doing is you'll be looking at collating all your documents, your academic scores, your transcripts. You will be putting together your tests scores such as your GRE or your GMAT, your IELTS or your TOEFL. So all of that is going to be done right there. Now, once you have all those documents ready, you're going to start off with your university applications, right? So before I get there, I know a lot of you would have queries about what is an IELTS, what is TOEFL, or all of that. We will get to those tests and their details as well. Next thing that happens is when you start applying to universities, there's a bunch that you need to do, right? The first thing you'll be doing is you'll be buying in an application form, which can cost you anywhere between, $50, $20, $75. And apart from that, you will be submitting a variety of documents, the ones which we just discussed about. Plus, you will be giving your statement of purpose, your essays, your letter of recommendation. I know this might sound like jargon to a lot of you, but tell me in the chat section if you can, if you know what an SOP or an LOR is. So you will be writing all of that as well. And added to that, you will be submitting a document or an essay about why you want a scholarship. This could possibly be already a part of your statement of purpose, or there can be a separate essay for that, depending on what the university has asked, right? So definitely look at applying for a scholarship that you are possibly eligible for. Now, apart from that, once you've submitted everything, you will start monitoring your applications. Once you've submitted, it can take anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks for your application to receive a revert from the university. Now, even before you submit your application, remember that you can always write to the university with any of your queries, right? And once you send them an email, they will definitely revert to you and answer any of your questions that you have. Now, once you've submitted your applications, it's a matter of 2 to 4 weeks. You wait, you get a revert, and you apply to that one college, or you go ahead with that one college that you are interested in. Now, an important point to ask over here is, how many universities do I apply to, right? Now, I would love to see in the chat section if you have a guess.
What's the average amount of universities you should apply to? I'm sure that you might feel that, yeah, why not only just one, which is the university I want to go, or might be some more number of universities. So getting a lot of responses.
Absolutely, we're getting lots of responses. I will get to that, but I believe, was there a question on LOR? Okay, so just before we get to that, so LOR, guys, is a letter of recommendation. It is written by somebody who is acknowledged in an area of study. It is, if I am writing, if I am giving my college application, I will reach out to my professor or to, somebody I've worked with, maybe the founder of the company or the head of the department with whom I've worked with, and they will draft my LOR. Okay, and they will say that so and so person has accomplished all these things when they were working with me. That's what an LOR is. An SOP, on the other hand, is where you get to showcase everything that you want the university to perceive about you, right? So it will basically cover things like your academic experience, your academic background, your experience, where you want to see yourself in the future, why you want to be a part of this university, and all those things, right? Whether you volunteered, your interest in the society, how you want to impact and influence the society, all those things. So those are SOP and LOR for you. Now coming to the question which we asked, right? So we asked how many colleges should you apply, and you guys have given me a whole spectrum of options, right? So we recommend you apply to anywhere between 5 to 8 universities, but the best breakup would be to apply to universities that are in a dream bucket, a reach bucket, or a safe bucket, right? So dream universities are those universities where you have a long shot of getting that, getting into, almost like a 10 to 20% chance. But if you make it to that university, amazing, right? Because we're talking about some of the top universities there. Now reach universities. Now reach universities are those universities where you have like a 50 chance of getting into those universities. And safe universities are those where you have a decent chance, almost like a backup. So even if you don't get into the dream and reach, you have these universities where there is a possibility for sure that you will get into this university. So each of them should have at least 2 universities in each of these buckets. So that's about 6 universities, but you can always plus or minus 1 in each of those buckets, right? So that's how you decide how many universities. Now, once you've applied and you've gotten through that one university you wanted to get through, you apply for your student loan. There's a variety of student loans available, and you then go ahead. By the 3rd month, you will be going in for your visa interview. Extremely crucial step, because that 1 minute or 2 minutes at the visa consulate office will really decide whether you are really going or not. So you see that whole, snake of a timeline. Everything is dependent on that, right? So please prepare well for your visa interview. We have an interesting tool that Weber will talk about on how you can prepare well for the interview. And that's it. By the 2nd month, 2 months to go, and you'll be planning with booking tickets. You'll be doing your last minute shopping. You don't want to take too many things because you want to carry light. You want to travel light. And by the last month, I think 1 week or 2 weeks before your college opens, you will be flying out, right? So that's the whole timestamp, the journey of how you will be preparing and actually getting to the university.
A few people in the chat section have asked how a statement of purpose should be written, or how do you research a university. So during my time, I'll discuss all of these aspects, how you can actually research, what are the tools available in the market which can help you write your statement of purpose or your LOR or your essay, or how to prepare for a visa interview or for your MBA interviews. So we'll cover all those aspects in a few minutes.
Absolutely. So some really interesting tips coming your way, guys. Now, I want to talk about quickly the tests that are available and that you should be taking. Now, if anybody is looking at writing or pursuing a master's in science, then you will be writing your GRE. GMAT is for management related courses. And of course, they are for your masters. Now, for students who are going in for their bachelors, but I'm assuming all of you are looking at masters, you will be writing your SATs. Now, these are your, aptitude tests. Everybody is mandated to write and go through a English proficiency test, and those are your TOEFL and IELTS. So again, we have curated all the details about these tests. Go through them. We will be sharing this deck with you in the preceding email. So go through those details, and I think on iSchoolConnect's blog site as well, you'll find a detailed understanding on each of these tests. Now, going forward, I want to talk to you about what does it take to get to any of these universities, right? Actually, not just universities. When you build your profile, what all do you need to have to skyrocket it and to set yourself aside from all the others in the crowd? So whether you're going ahead for higher education, or whether for those who are looking at working for the next few years, what should you do special, right, to make yourself stand out? Tell me in the chat section, and then we'll go ahead and see what we have to say about that.
So it can be anywhere from academics, whatever you feel will
Yes.
think in this direction. Universities across the globe, these premier Ivy League universities receive thousands and thousands of universities. All of them are like super brilliant students, but what are the things that you need to do that will set you apart from the crowd?
Yeah.
It can be anything. Just type it in the description in the chat section and let us know what do you think, and then we'll move on and showcase what are the different things.
We have some incredible answers coming in over here.
So people say co-curricular activities, good scores in your examinations, academics, as well as test preps like GRE, GMAT, hard skills, social activism, practical experience, better LORs, social work, co-curricular activities. Absolutely. These
Yep.
are few things that need to be there. Position of responsibility. Absolutely. So, but
Somebody says working in organizations like AIESEC. And yes, that will of course add to your profile for sure.
soft skills as well. All of these clearly contribute to a good profile, but there are certain things apart from these as well which contribute, which we'll subsequently list down for you.
Absolutely. So we're just going to go through some of these pointers, right? Some you already mentioned, some are going to be new to you, right? So let's look at that. Now, first thing, a lot of you already know, academics is so important, right? Because it sets the preset to your entire application. So good scores will always help you. So definitely work on that. Now, apart from your, scores at college, so a lot of you are looking at transitioning from an engineering background to, say, a management course, right? What do you do in such a situation? Now, the best thing to do is to take up courses and, to take up internships and to create, a perception where even if you've studied engineering, you want to do a master's. To add to that, in your profile, you've taken up a lot of certificate courses. So that will again show your level of interest and your knowledge in the area of study even before you've started taking up the course that you are applying for. That's academics. Now, apart from that, there are two important things that go hand in hand, and that is soft skills and persona, right? So as important as it is to be, intelligent, intellectual, it is equally important how we are, in terms of communication skills, in terms of punctuality, in terms of soft skills, and everything that comes under that, right? So universities, even corporate companies where you want to work eventually, they're all looking at one thing, and that is, are you a people's person? Will you be able to gel in with the rest of the crowd at the company, at the university? So that will also matter a lot eventually, right? So if you feel that, you need brushing up in this area, please start working on these things as well, right? In terms of persona, uh, learn basic things about how you should dress up for a formal event, or you have a variety of YouTube videos around those kind of subjects as well. So definitely try to polish yourself on the outside as well, right? This can be a separate workshop altogether. Let me know in the chat section if you'd be interested for that. Now, apart from uh, yes, now apart from these pointers, we have experience, right? So a lot of you have already mentioned that, but of course, when you work for other companies, whether it is through an internship, whether it's working pro bono, you're volunteering, doesn't matter. If you're gathering experience, it'll always help you. It'll show that the person is professional, they want to make the best use of their time, they're trying to gather experience in the area that they want to grow in. So that will again help you. Now, these are more traditional, pointers to remember. But here are a few non-traditional pointers that I want to share with you. The first and the second one is LinkedIn and social media. Now, on LinkedIn, there's a variety you can do, but the first thing you need to start off with is to create an account and make sure your profile is updated, right? So make sure you've polished it well, and it's not looking rusty from the first year of graduation, or it's really old. Another thing you can do is try to create content. Now, this goes for LinkedIn as well as social media, right? So when you create content in the form of, say, articles, or you are posting images, it shows a lot of things. So, for example, if I am looking at studying a master's in marketing, right? And all I really need to do to add up to my profile is I need to start writing articles in that space, right? So you can start off with short articles, but even if that seems challenging, something as simple as curating content that is already there. So say you've read something interesting about marketing, go ahead and post it on your LinkedIn page and say that, hey guys, I read this today. Here are my 2 cents on this topic, right? And similarly, for you can have your own YouTube channel, you can have your own Instagram page, create engagement around whatever you are interested in, right? After all, social media is not just memes and cat pictures and dog videos, right? So make the most of it. They are platforms that you can really engage on, and universities look at this kind of stuff, right, Vaibhav?
Absolutely. And please try to avoid extremist posts, political views, uh, being associated with a cult, or being associated with any kind of extremist opinions. Please stay away from those, because universities during their shortlisting process, they in every turn visit your social media profile to look for such aspects, and it's easy to get rejected, but it's very difficult to build upon that profile. So any kind of extremism, stay away from it.
Yeah, definitely. Any kind of trolling or hurtful comments, please leave a very positive footprint on the internet, right? Be careful what you write uh, wherever you are, right? So that's important. Now, apart from that, we wanted to talk about extracurriculars, which a lot of you already know. Now, it always adds up to say that you've been consistently learning a certain language. For example, you've been learning German for the past 4 or 5 years, you've achieved B1 or B2, and not only will it show consistency, it will show your passion towards what you do, but it will actually help you, right? For example, I took German's example, right? So if you actually go to Germany, you will have it a lot easier to study in the colleges there. You will get a scholarship if you know the language already, right? So try to build and inculcate extracurricular activities. Apart from that, yes, it's good to be associated with the social cause. One, it makes you feel good, but beyond that, it does add to your profile as well, right, guys? When you tell the university in your statement of purpose that you've touched 100 lives through a certain project you were doing, uh, during COVID-19, you went ahead and you created packages for people in need. Just giving you an example, right? Something like that, when you put it on your statement of purpose, it will show that this person is not just centered around himself or herself. This person wants to take the legacy forward and help people at large. Remember one thing, and that is universities are also looking for people with as much desperation as you are looking for universities. They also want somebody who can, put their flag high up there, and you want to show that you are that deserving candidate, and you want to show that you will bring that pride to that university, right? So they should have you. That's how it should be, right? Rather than just saying, please, can I be a part of this university? No. So think of your attitude and
Yeah, a few people ask this question that all these activities need to be backed by some amount of proof. I completely agree with you. This is pretty important to have proof because, see, considering thousands and thousands of applications universities receive, which includes a lot of fake background as well. So always have those right proof. Always join credible organizations. There are a lot of non-profits around you which are credible, globally renowned ones. I would actually say join those globally renowned ones like AIESEC, like Make a Difference, like Greenpeace, like Teach for India, Melinda Gates, such kind of non-profits. Spend at least 6 to 1 year in these organizations, being associated with these organizations. Anything less than 6 months won't be considered as a dedicated social cause as well.
absolutely. All right. So the last thing I wanted to talk about from my end, and that is COVID-19, right? A lot of you would be worried about how things are going to be. Now, here's the deal. In terms of international education, we've only heard good things, and so that's good news for you, right? When it comes to tests, the first step of your process, tests have gone online, and you can take them from home, right? So that's a plus. Second thing, universities are taking utmost care of the students who are already there at the university. So they are taking care of them monetarily, they're taking care of them, making sure that they have enough food and they are safe. So literally we've spoken to students who are studying there who they said that the university is almost like second family. So that's the level of care. And in terms of students who are looking at studying abroad in 2021. Now, there is not much to worry for you guys because by that time, things would have been gone back to normal. Pretty much everything would be fine. 2020, if you're looking at fall intake, which I'm very confident none of you are actually looking at that. Yes, for them, classes could possibly be online, and that's pretty much it for the first semester. So first semester classes will be online. Eventually, of course, they will also travel out to their respective destinations, right? So that's the few things that you should be knowing around COVID-19, right? Now, going forward, I'm going to hand over this to Weber. Please walk us through iSchoolConnect and all these questions that are coming in, tools for statement of purpose, how do I put everything together? Please, Weber, answer those for us.
Thank you so much, Malvika. We have a great audience among us who's curious and who wants to know more. So just to address those aspects, how to prepare, how to go about with that entire process, this is a time when I'm going to help you out with that entire process if you are genuinely interested in studying abroad. So just to give you a brief about my organization, I work with a company called as iSchoolConnect. We are a Google-sponsored technology company who works in the space of artificial intelligence and machine learning. We have created a plethora of tools to help people like you who are interested in international education, be it from researching, be it from shortlisting colleges, be it from writing your SOPs and essays to your visa applications. That entire journey has been automated with a lot of artificial intelligence based tools. These tools work on the Google platform, and this is the way of us giving back and helping you out as individuals, as students, and achieving your dreams. So stay tuned for that in a brief session. I'll take no more than 5-7 minutes to just describe you how to utilize these tools for your preparations and then we can actually move on to the question session. Next.
Yeah. Right.
So you are all familiar with this movie, right? Dumbledore and the Harry Potter group. So if you guys are the Harry Potter group, then iSchoolConnect you can correlate to is Dumbledore. We are there to mentor you. We are there to handhold you. We are there to guide you for that entire study abroad process. So let me share my screen and let me take you through the amazing world of iSchoolConnect. So once you log into our website, which is www.ischoolconnect.com, you'll get this amazing interface wherein you can simply type in what program you want to search for, and you'll get results from more than 2,000 universities across the globe for more than 7 countries across the globe. So if, for example, you are interested in computer science or a specific university or a specific city, so you'll get a list of all schools in that specific city. So for example, if I want to search all the schools, all the universities that are there in Boston, I will get all the colleges which are there in Boston. I can filter across specific disciplines. I can filter the type of degree I want. I want to pursue masters. Which country am I looking for? Am I looking for United States? Let me select United Kingdom. Let me search for all the schools that are there in United Kingdom. So just a minute. Yeah, so all the schools in United Kingdoms are available. Do I have a budget restraint? I can actually filter through a budget constraint as well. So this makes life so much easier when it comes to shortlisting schools. If you want specific information about a university, then you can type in the university and this takes you to a specific university page. It has a whole ton of information ranging from finances, student info, admissions rate, so acceptance criteria, graduation rate, are there any scholarships, what is the average salary, rankings, and a whole bunch of programs that are available in the school, along with several other information like the university email address, phone numbers, website, address, all that is available at a click of a button. This contributes to when you are researching and searching. This is the very initial step, which we called as the explore phase. You search about universities, you search about countries, you search about your preferences. Next we move on to once a student registers, how do I find out which is that perfect set of universities that are right for me? So for that, iSchoolConnect has created a recommendation engine tool wherein you punch in your profile details. Where do I want to study? I want to study in the US or UK or Canada. What sort of degree type I want to pursue? What program I am interested in? What are my undergrad details? My percentage GPA? What is my country undergrad specializations? Test scores, date of birth, and work experience, and my budget. And as Malvika previously mentioned, you get a definitive list of results which are customized to your profile. 6 universities, Dream, Reach, and Safe, where with 2 universities in each of these categories. So Dream are where you have a long shot of getting admit, where you have a reasonably good of chance of admit, and where you have about 80 to 90%, which is a safe bucket for your admits. So as you can see, you can click on this and get to know more about this specific university. So this is how our recommendation tool helps with that explore phase, with you getting that right set of recommendations for your profile. So go on, this tool is available absolutely free. Once you register on iSchoolConnect, you'll get a dedicated student dashboard and you can try out this tool for free. Next comes the application phase, where you apply, you shortlist universities, you apply through a definitive application process. All that can be done easily with a single click on iSchoolConnect platform. So there's a shortlist section where you can add, oh, sorry, just let me log in. So the tool allows you to shortlist and apply to any program that you are interested in. For example, I have shortlisted University of Southern California for my accounting program, or Bentley University for my analytics program, or any other Northeastern University in Boston for my applied mathematics program. And I can start my application process directly from here using the shortlist and the apply feature. So once you start your application process, your application gets generated over here. You fill in the required documents, which includes your statement of purpose, your transcripts, upload your test scores, your documents, your application fees itself. I'm going to introduce you to an amazing tool which helps you write your statement of purpose, your essays at a click of a button. So voila. Sorry about that. Where is my voila? Okay. Yeah. Voila. So it's an amazing tool that we have created in association with Google US, wherein you can just simply copy paste your SOP, click on analyze, and what you get is feedback almost in real time on your statement of purpose. So you all are aware of Grammarly, right? Grammarly is a tool which helps you check up on grammars. But think of this tool, our writing mentor, which is Grammarly on steroids. It not only analyzes your grammar, like long paragraphs, long sentences, grammar errors, suggests you grammar errors, voice, active or passive voice, it highlights the errors, long sentences, plagiarism, readability, word count, all those nuances that are required in an ideal statement of purpose. So for example, long sentences, it has highlighted these are very long sentences. It impacts the readability, so cut short the sentence width, sentence length. Now coming to the amazing part, the content. Our proprietary algorithms are able to analyze the what is the content of your statement of purpose. So self-motivation, it's a green. That means the individual has written an ideal amount of self-motivation, and you can read about this. So work experience, have you written about your work experience, internships, stuff like that. Academic experience, have you written about it? So as you can see, work experience is amber. So 55% of your SOP talks about, this specific SOP talks about work experience, which is bad. So there has to be a balance between each of these 6 criteria. So it helps identify how to write a good SOP. It also helps you identify those must-haves and what is actually missing, and gives you recommendation on a good SOP. So try this tool out. It's available for a 7-day trial. Just register on iSchoolConnect, and you'll be able to get access to this tool. Next, which is very important, is our interview training tool. So for those who are aspiring for MBAs, you have to go through an MBA interview with your university. For others who are aspiring for studying abroad, those 30 seconds of the visa interview are very important. So how do you practice and get feedback for your visas or for your MBA interviews? So we have created an amazing tool for your interview training. So click on the tool. What it does is it switches on the webcam, a question pops up, and you answer that question. The machine records that what you are answering and gives you feedback in real time. So let me play it for you. So what you are seeing is the machine is analyzing and giving you feedback. Facial movement, how are your gestures, how's your lip movement? It analyzes emotions. Are you looking happy? Are you looking sad? Are you looking puzzled? And then it provides you feedback on behavioral characteristics. How confident were you? how focused were you, what was your energy level, what was your curiosity level, and it gives you feedback in detail as to how and when you can improve while taking your interviews. So this is a good tool to keep on practicing and keep on practicing until you rectify and are able and are rightly prepared for your visas and for your MBA tools. So go ahead. Even this tool, we have it available for free for 7 days. Try it out, register on iSchoolConnect, and you'll be able to try out this tool for free. Another last and not the least, we have our very own AI-based chatbot, which we call as Casey. So Casey helps you answer all those nuances about international education. So be it searching about specific colleges, specific schools, eligibility criteria, application deadlines, all is available at a click of a button, or you can even use the voice feature. So try out our Casey tool. It's very intuitive, it's very interactive, and you'll get a ton of information on schools and universities across the globe. Another interesting feature is our guide section, which actually allows you to get a ton of information. If you have any doubts, you can use our discussion page. If you want more information or want to read out about anything, you can go to our blog section. Apart from that, you can access all our social media channels, and you'll get a ton of information on various aspects about studying abroad. We just have about 9 to 10 minutes left in brief. We love to answer few questions that you guys have asked, and go ahead in the chat section or in the Q&A section, type in those questions, and we'll try to answer that in the remaining time. We'll begin with a few questions. Can you tell me which country would be good for conservation architecture masters? So Europe is famous for architecture courses. Italy, UK, Greece are famous for their courses. Apart from that, if you are looking for good payback, then you should definitely try Canada and USA. They are one of the best conservation architecture masters courses across the globe. There is one question. There's one question, which country is good for makeup artist course and for fashion styling? So again, Europe is the mecca for fashion styling courses. Milan, Italy, these are very popular when it comes to fashion styling courses. But there are good courses in the US as well, and in Australia as well. Singapore has some good schools for fashion courses. Dubai, I'm not really sure about whether Dubai is a good source. We'll have to dig some deeper into that. Is Canada a good choice for MBA? Definitely, Canada has some good schools like McGill or University of Toronto for MBA programs. Very competitive, difficult to get into, but you definitely can try it. Reach out to us if you want to know the eligibility. Visit our website if you want to know the eligibility criteria. Difference between IELTS and TOEFL. I'll request you to wait for our email where we'll share the slide deck. Both are English proficiency tests, but TOEFL is more aligned to USA. IELTS is more globally accepted English proficiency test. But today, both of them are accepted either way. So wait for our email. A lot of US colleges require 4-year undergrad, which is a way to case forward. Good question. So majority of the colleges across the globe request for a 4-year undergrad. If you don't have a 4-year undergrad, what I would request you to do a 1-year diploma or do a 1-year pathway programs. There are a lot of pathway programs in the US which helps you in your master's. So reach out to us and we'll help you address those. But yes, you need a 4-year program, definitely. What's the weightage of GMAT in an MIM course? Good question. GMAT contributes to close to about 25% of your entire profile evaluation. So remaining 75% is your academics, your profile, your essays, your SOPs, your LORs, your community service, all those aspects of your profile, but GMAT only contributes to about 25%. So if you have scored average in your GMAT, don't get bogged down, work on your profile building and you'll succeed. Okay, a few more questions. How do you secure work experience or internships for research programs like molecular biology? Networking is the best. There's no set methodology for landing work experience and internships. You reach out to people in that same field, either through LinkedIn, through various, reach out to your professors in your college. They'll recommend you, they'll suggest you companies. They have huge network of corporate people. They'll help you land up a job or an internship in microbiology, molecular biology. So best way is network, reach out to people, and showcase your interest in that specific field. Is Germany good for political science and international affairs? Germany, amazing for political science. Apart from, you must have heard Germany is fabulous for automobiles, but political science and international affairs, they have very good and internationally ranked colleges for that specific course. Scope of CA in Canada. Not really no, Caroline. I am aware that CPA courses in UK and the USA are one of the most popular ones. Not really sure about CA in Canada, so apologies for that.
But I think we can always connect them with the counselor, other expert counselor.
Absolutely. So reach out to us. We have experts in specific fields and specific countries as well, and we'll try to help you out. Sorry guys, we are running short of time. I'll quickly take upon questions. Any possibility of masters in Hindi abroad? Wow. Why do you want to go for masters in Hindi abroad?
Why leave the country which is known for the language?
Exactly. So I'll suggest stay in India, pursue a master's. Is USA good for MBA? Wow. USA is the mecca for a management program. So reach out to us and we'll help you out. Okay, Neha. I've heard that that once you have studied in LSE, most people find it difficult to job. That's changing. London School of Economics, USA is opening its doors for post-work visa, post-education visa. Now they're opening for post-work visa for almost 4 years after you have educated in LSE and similar programs. It used to be difficult earlier, but now it's changing. So good news for you, Khushbu. Benefits of studying law abroad. It's more about the negatives of learning law, because law in a specific country allows you to practice in that specific country only. So if you are doing law in the UK, you will be able to practice it in the UK or some other countries, of very few countries within the European Union or somewhere else, but that's a restriction. Is GMAT and GRE online? Yes, it is. Is there a deferred enrollment option in Colombia? Yes, there is actually. So Columbia University, I am sure, I'm not able to recall the name of the program, but they have a deferred enrollment, like Yale, like Stanford. They do have a deferred enrollment program. Reach out to us for that. Which country is good for masters in psychology? So country, US, we recently sent out a student to Boston University, who is doing wonderfully well. She went on a 50% scholarship at Boston University to pursue masters in psychology. Which country is again good for masters in psychology for stay back options? US, of course, definitely. Scope of psychology in Canada, not really sure. Sparse population, so psychology might not be a very good option in Canada, but check out Australia, check out UK, check out USA for masters in psychology. How do you get internships in top universities? Networking. Masters in computer science. This is the question of the hour. Every country, every program, every university is offering masters in computers, and all depends on your profile, all depends on your interest areas, which country you land up in. So reach out to us for that shortlisting. Try out our recommendation engine tool for that. Do universities accept colleges with year gaps? And if you are able to justify the year gaps, then there is no problem. But if you are not able to justify, be it some reason, then it might be a little bit difficult for you to answer that. University of Michigan, amazing university, Garishma. So very good academics, very good master's program in MBA. Definitely you can look into that. Reach out to us if you want assistance with application. Which language is helpful? Check out German language, French, Mandarin. These are good languages which add on to your profile. We are very short on time. Yeah, we have a lot of questions. Reach out to us on our email addresses. Perhaps Malvika, you can actually show the ways where how people can reach out to us.
Absolutely.
And let me share a few links as well for your convenience.
Can you share? Can you give me access to share my screen?
Yeah, let me share it with you.
Right, guys, I think we've got some interesting questions. A lot of you, genuine intent, and I'm loving all your questions. We are answering as many as we can. But meanwhile, guys, if you still haven't got your question answered, please feel free to reach out to us on iSchoolConnect. We are available 24/7, and you can catch us on a variety of portals. Can you guys see my screen? Yes.
Yes.
Right. So you can connect with us on phone, on WhatsApp. This is the number. We have an amazing broadcast, WhatsApp broadcast service where we send in news updates every Mondays and Thursdays. Everything important, from important university deadlines to what's new in the space of overseas education. All that you really need to know. You can again reach out to us over email, or you can even follow us on our social media. We are available on Instagram, Facebook. We have an amazing YouTube channel where we talk about a plethora of things around overseas education. Everywhere, our handle is iSchoolConnect. We have a podcast. It's called Study Abroad Tips. If any of you are digging podcasts through this time, you should definitely check that out.
So yeah, I've shared a bunch of links in the chat section with all of you. So ranging from our student website, from where you can ask questions, to how to join our WhatsApp broadcast service. You can try out all these options. All our social media channels have ton of information about studying abroad, how you can make the most out of studying abroad. So you can. So our podcast, Yukti, for all of you who are interested in joining our podcast, our podcast name is Study Abroad Tips.
Yeah.
So we are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all those areas. And don't forget to reach out to us on any of these channels, be it drop us our email. You can even drop us a message on our WhatsApp as well. So the phone number which is mentioned in your screen has a WhatsApp, is available on WhatsApp as well. Reach out to us on WhatsApp. Join our WhatsApp broadcast service as well. It's absolutely free of cost. Try out our tools. Reach out to us for questions. I'm really sorry. We have a backlog of close to about 200 questions that we weren't able to answer. You have been an amazing audience, and we really appreciate. My apologies again for not being able to answer those questions, those valuable questions. But the recording of this session will be available through email. We'll share that email to you. Stay tuned. You'll receive that email in a few hours with the recording of this, as well as we'll share a guide with you for scholarships, as well as we'll share the PDF of this presentation as well for you to refer to. So reach out to us, and looking forward to organizing several more such wonderful sessions with such wonderful audience. Thank you so much to ISEC. Thank you so much for Chinhit for giving us this opportunity to organize this session with an amazing audience.
Absolutely. Really big thank you to Chinhit and ISEC in Delhi University. I think initiatives like these, talks like these, workshops like these really help students. I hope, please tell us in the chat if this helped you. I really hope this helped you. For all those whose questions were not answered, we're really sorry, but guys, you can reach out to us and you can speak to our counselors with all the details mentioned, right? So I'm hoping you will keep this motivated enthusiasm consistent even after this workshop ends. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for joining this session. Looking forward to having you all for future sessions, and good luck for your study abroad preparations.